Got a little bit of a different video. Today I'm going to be looking at every MLB team's logo and ranking them 1 through 30. And when ranking these logos, I'm not going to be really looking at the history of any of these logos. I'm just going to be looking at every team's logo based off of its looks. So with that in mind, let's hop right into the video. At number 30, the worst logo in all of baseball, I have the Washington Nationals. This logo is basically the Walgreens logo, so I mean that says enough about it. It just looks really bad, and I think it's the worst logo in baseball. At number 29, I have the Colorado Rockies. This one hurts me not only because the Rockies are my favorite team, but also because they're from Colorado. They're from the Mile High city of Denver. They could have done a lot more. It's just so plain. It's just a gray CR, and I think they could have done so much more with this. At number 28, I have the San Diego Padres. This one is a little bit weird to put so low because, in my opinion, San Diego has some of the best uniforms in baseball, but there's no doubt in my mind that their logo is one of the worst. It's just a plain S and D, obviously, for San Diego. The one thing I don't mind with this is how the S and D kind of interconnect and run through each other, so I think that's a little bit unique, but otherwise this logo is one of the worst in the game. At number 27, I have the Pittsburgh Pirates. So as you can see here, it's just obviously really plain. It just has the P and really not much else going on. One thing I really don't mind about this logo is the font. I like the points at the end. I kind of think that is a little bit unique, but it's still definitely really boring and one of the worst. At number 26, I have the Chicago White Sox. With this one, it's pretty tough because obviously the White Sox are only white and black, so they can't have too much color going on in this logo. It's pretty plain. I do like how they had the Sox going diagonally, so that's pretty cool, but really not too much going on here. At number 25, I have the Detroit Tigers. This one is really plain, but I do like the font. It adds a lot of character to this logo, which really doesn't have too much else going on. I really think the Tigers could have done a lot more with this logo. At number 25, I have the Tampa Bay Rays. At this point, we're kind of getting to the logos that I don't think are very bad. I kind of do like the ray of light that they have on this logo. I think it's pretty cool. And I do like the font of the text going across there, so all in all, I don't think this is too bad of a logo, but it's definitely not great. At number 23, I have the Cincinnati Reds. This logo is not too bad. I do like how they had the C wrap around the Reds. I think that really puts a lot of character on this logo. With the Reds not having the greatest team name, they did pull this off pretty well and have a pretty decent logo. At number 22, I have the Oakland A's. This one isn't too great. There's not too much going on here, but I really do like their colors. I think the gold and green goes very well together, so while their logo might not be the most appealing, I love the color scheme. At number 21, I have the San Francisco Giants. This logo is not all too bad. I like the text, I like the colors, and I like the baseball in the background. I also like how they curved the text. I think that adds a lot of character to this one, and all in all, it's not too bad. At number 20, I have the Boston Red Sox. Obviously, this isn't going to be the most appealing logo in the world. I mean, they're the Red Sox. There's not too much they could do with this one. But I just like the way the Sox look in this one. I think it really weirdly looks like a good logo. Like, you don't think Sox would look like a good logo, but this one really, I think they pulled it off, and I think it looks pretty solid. At number 19, I have the Texas Rangers. I really like the font of the T right in the middle there, and I also love how they place a baseball in the background and how they have the stars on each side. I like the red on the top and the blue on the bottom, and all in all, I think this is a pretty solid logo. At number 18, I have the Minnesota Twins. This one is really similar to the Rangers. They have the circle logo with the baseball in the background, but I just like the color scheme of the Twins a little bit better, and also the text. At number 17, I have the LA Dodgers. I feel like I might get some pushback with this one. I think it's a pretty solid logo, but I don't think it's one of the top in baseball. I really like the cursive sort of text and also the baseball in the background, which looks to be soaring through the air, so all in all, it's a pretty good logo, but I just don't think it's the best of the best. Moving on to number 16, I have the Kansas City Royals. This one's really unique to me. I really do like the crown on the top and the yellow goldish color, and I also love the home plate shaped background of blue. On top of that, I also love the font that they chose here with the K and the C, and I think it's really a very well put together logo. At number 15, I have the Chicago Cubs. This logo is pretty unique. I like how they have the C that wraps around the rest of the Cubs. I also like the white and the blue outline, and I just think it's a really well put together logo. It's not the most exciting, but I just think it looks pretty good. Getting on to number 14, I have the Miami Marlins. This one's relatively new and it's gotten a lot of hate over the past couple years, but I'm here to tell you I think it's a pretty solid logo. I really do like how they have the marlin kind of wrapping around the baseball and how the stitches are outlined. I also think the color scheme looks very well together, so all in all, I think this is a very good logo. At number 13, I have the Houston Astros. I really do like how they have the star outlining in the background there because it really kind of reminds me of Houston and the city of Texas, which is obviously the Lone Star State. And if you guys couldn't tell already, I'm a big fan of kind of tying the logo to the city and where they're from, so big bonus points for the star here. I really like it, and I all in all think it's a great logo. At number 12, I have the Arizona Diamondbacks. A lot of people don't seem to like this logo, but I really do love how they implemented the diamondback pattern on the logo. I think that's really unique, and I also love the color scheme with this one, and I love the font of the A, so all in all, this is a very, very good logo. Getting on to number 11, I have the Los Angeles Angels. This one isn't necessarily the most exciting logo in the world, but I do love how they have the halo going over the A. With their team name being the Angels, the halo just fits perfectly with this one. I love how it looks, and I really think it puts it above a lot of other logos because I just think it has so much character to it. Getting into the top 10, at number 10, I have the Toronto Blue Jays. This one is really cool for two reasons. Number one, they have the maple leaf in the logo, which obviously fits them perfectly being from Toronto. And number two, I love the way the Blue Jay looks. I think it looks amazing in this logo and it adds so much character to it, so I think it's a very, very good logo. At number 9, I have the Milwaukee Brewers. This is one of the more new logos in baseball as it was implemented just a couple years ago, but there's no doubt in my mind it's one of the best. The colors look great together, and I really do love the little yellow outline they have going around the logo. And one thing that I didn't know for a while, and I still think a lot of people don't know to this day, is that the baseball and the glove in the middle of the logo there, if you look very closely, it outlines an M and B, which obviously stands for Milwaukee Brewers. So that is just really unique. I love how they added that to the logo, and I definitely think it's one of the best in baseball. At number 8, I have the Seattle Mariners. One thing I really like about this logo is how they have the text sort of wrapping around the circle. On top of that, I love how they have the baseball centered in the middle and also the sort of compass thing. I'm not too sure what that is, but I think it looks amazing. At number 7, I have the Cleveland Guardians. I feel like I'm definitely going to get some hate with this one because this one is obviously brand new this year. But I really love everything about this logo. I love how they have the baseball and the wings sort of flying off of it. I think it looks really unique. I also like the colors of this logo. I like the font of red that they decided to use and also the font of the text. At number 6, I have the New York Yankees. This one is really good. I love the colors. They really pop out at you. And I also love the Uncle Sam hat with the baseball bat. I think that makes the logo look so much better. All in all, it's one of the best in baseball, and I have it coming in at number 6. Getting into the top 5, at number 5, I have the Atlanta Braves. This one's a classic. It's been around for a very long time, and I still think it's one of the best. I love how they have the tomahawk running across the bottom. For those who don't follow baseball too much, the Atlanta Braves are known for having their fans do the tomahawk chop. It's huge in Atlanta, and I think it's really relevant to the logo, and it also makes it look so much better. At number 4, I have the New York Mets. There is just so much that goes right with this logo. You have the text, you have the colors, you have the baseball, you have the New York City outlined in the background. It's just an amazing logo. There's no doubt in my mind this is one of the best in the game today. Getting on to number 3, I have the Philadelphia Phillies. Similar to the Mets, there is so much that goes right with this logo. You have the text, which I think just looks so well with this logo. You have the stars that are implemented, and you also have the Liberty Bell. And for those who don't know, you have the Liberty Bell, which is obviously a historical landmark in Philadelphia. So again, like I said with the Houston Astros, you get bonus points in my opinion for having some sort of historical landmark implemented into the logo. This logo is fantastic, and I think it's a top 3 logo in baseball. At number 2, I have the Baltimore Orioles. With this one, you obviously have the Oriole with the hat on. I just think it looks so good as a logo, and I definitely think it's one of the best in the game today. On top of that, I love the black and orange. I think it goes very well together, so this is as close to as perfect as you're gonna get. And at number 1, the best logo in baseball today, I have the St. Louis Cardinals. This is the perfect logo. I love the text, I love the color scheme, I love how they wrapped the C around the bat, I love how they implemented the Cardinal standing on the bat. I just think it's so good. Like I said, in my opinion, this is the perfect logo. I don't think they could have done this one any better. So there you have my full MLB logos ranked 1 through 30. Let me know what you guys think down below. I'm sure we're going to have plenty of disagreements on this one, so I'm curious to see what you guys think. As always, if you guys do like these kinds of videos, feel free to subscribe. I post plenty of baseball content on this channel. And lastly, I want to thank you guys again so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.